I'm Jordan Caplan, and I'm one of the curators of Tatton Park Biennial. I curate with Danielle Arnaud, and we work together as Parabola. What does a curator do?
Yeah.
Well, curators do all sorts of things, but with our curation for this event, we commission artists to make work for a very specific location, following specific themes. So we meet the artists, we have lots of interviews, we do site visits, we ask for proposals, we sometimes modify the proposals, and then we have to oversee production of work and assist as much as we can with that.
Okay.
Well, a flight of fancy is a flight of the imagination. It's a colloquialism that goes back. I think most people are familiar with it, with the notion of a flight of fancy or a daydream or a reverie. Yeah. It's a play on words because this site particularly has a deep aeronautical lineage. It goes back to the beginnings of aviation. The owner of the estate, Maurice Edgerton, was a wealthy man who liked toys, and so bought himself some aeroplanes and played with the first radios of the day, and was very, very interested. It's unkind to say he simply played with toys. He was very, very interested in the new technologies, and that carried through into World War II. He was approached by RAF Ringway, which was, it's now Manchester Airport, and asked if he would loan out the estate for trials for parachutists. So Tatton became a drop zone during World War II for, I think, over 400,000 drops were undertaken on this property by local men before they went into occupied Europe. We try to open up the event as much as we can, and we do think it's important to bring artists with international reputations into the same event as people who are working locally. Our open competitions, there are two that we staged in 2012. One was open to all artists based in the Northwest, either living or working, who were interested in designing a kiosk for the event, a welcoming centre. And the second competition was for artists who came from, but weren't necessarily still in Cheshire, which is where the event is based, who had finished education within the past 5 years. This is the second time we've run these competitions, and I have to say they're great, they work. The artists that we've encountered as a result, and we're now into our fourth set, we're delighted, and we simply wouldn't have heard about these people. Well, we might have, but it might have taken a while. You can't have favourites. It's like having a favourite child. It's like all my favourites. No, I don't, because there are things I look forward to. But the biennial is a complete event. It's a package, and you curate it as a group. Yeah. So there is no one piece, I think, that can sort of stand out more than another. Not for me, not in my position, that wouldn't be fair. But also it wouldn't be true to the spirit of the biennial, which is very much a collaboration between artists, partners, the sponsors, all of the links that we make with the other organisations and the staff at Tatton. Yeah. No favourites.